Okay, Brad, what are we doing? Just kidding. What are we doing?
Well, first you want to open the file.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Okay, so this is after it's been stitched together. Okay.
All right. So first thing to do is to get its size properly, because right now it's over 13,000 pixels wide. It's a few more pixels than you have up on the dome.
Okay.
So generally, what we recommend size-wise is to get 4096 wide. That's
okay.
That's going back to the powers of 2 that we kind of talked about at Institute.
Yeah.
So 4096 wide will look pretty good up on your dome, and then 512 high. Okay. So first thing I'll do is I have elements, so it might be a little bit different if you have Photoshop, but image and resize, wherever your resizing is.
Image
size, yeah. And just make sure that they're constrained so that they keep the.
You said pixels.
And width. I'm just gonna make mine 4096 wide.
4096.
Brings the height down to 454. It's fine.
Okay.
So it's gonna shrink.
It's good.
Yep. And you can zoom in.
Boom.
Maybe not quite that much. All right, and so for the height, we'll go to canvas size now. So mine's in the same area as image size, just right below it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I usually just kind of lock it down on the bottom so that it only adds extra pixels on the top. So if you click the down arrow, that will prevent it from adding additional pixels on there, and so it can only expand upwards.
Okay.
And then I'll just change the height to 512.
Okay, so it wasn't. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. This is canvas, so it shouldn't. You should be able to do them independently.
Okay.
And it'll just add that white strip on top there.
Okay.
All right. Next step is to change the layer so that it's not called background. So just double click on that, and layer 0 is fine. It really doesn't matter. Just as long as you can delete stuff and have that checkerboard transparent background. So what I usually start off with is the magic wand. So it looks like...
Yeah, I haven't done this in a long time.
Yeah, that's fine. It looks like a magic wand.
What's the keyboard shortcut?
W.
So it's this guy.
So maybe hover over that and... Does right-clicking do anything? There we go.
Okay.
Magic wand and not the quick select. Okay, cool.
Okay.
All right. So first thing we can do is just get rid of that white strip on top.
Okay.
So depending on your tolerance, you might get more or less of it. My tolerance is actually at 60. I'm grabbing quite a bit of the sky too, which is not a problem. But
okay, I don't even know what you're doing to grab it.
Yep. Just click. Literally, just click in the white with a magic wand. So yeah. So if I bring my tolerance down to probably closer to what yours is.
And I'm getting some of this other stuff too.
Yep, that's fine, because we're going to delete that anyway, because the whole point of this now is to delete the sky.
Okay.
So you can get rid of the white first off.
Okay.
What I'm going to do next is click somewhere in the sky here.
The blue part?
Blue or gray, kind of the lighter gray.
Okay.
But I'm actually going to play with my tolerance here, which is
there.
So the trick here is, get it high enough that you get large chunks of the sky, but not so high that you end up deleting parts of like the building or something.
Okay. And just go through and delete a little bit at a time?
Yeah, like if you can hold Shift, and it will kind of group stuff together. This is also where a cloudy sky comes into play, because if it's all grayish, it makes it a lot easier than if you have this blue and gray mix. Yeah, the part I want to be careful with is not deleting the building. So when it's mixed, when it's really mixed like this, what I will oftentimes do is, and I'm probably just going to get rid of the power lines in this one. I will, use the magic wand and get as close to the horizon edge as I can and get rid of all that stuff, because that's all roughly uniform there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going through and getting anything close to that horizon. And once I've done that, so mine kind of looks, I guess, really patchy up there, but along the horizon, except where there are trees, I've gotten rid of the sky right to the horizon.
Okay.
At that point, I know everything above the horizon I want gone. I'll actually switch to the eraser.
Let me get to that.
Yep. I would just hit delete. I would just do it in sections. Because what we're going to do is just come back through here with the eraser and just erase. Make the eraser big enough that we can just erase everything above it.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just come through and erase. I'll just get rid of the power lines for this one.
Okay.
And then, use that last section there, and then just off to the left of that tree. Okay, so at this point, everything else I can probably get rid of the eraser from this point on.
Okay.
So I'll click on the eraser.
Okay. Eraser.
Okay. And then I will just make it big enough that it's useful. So where it says the size of it there, yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll just make it useful, but not big that I can't, get rid of anything. So roughly that size. And at this point, I just start.
It's not erase. Oh, because I selected something.
Oh, if you have, you want to get rid of a selection.
How do I get rid of the selection?
Go back to the magic marker. Quickest way I know of.
Okay.
And just click in the area that's selected. Now you're good.
All right. Is there a way to erase with just sections like a box?
Yeah. If you go into the lasso tool, which is that thing, you have a few options there. If you click and hold on it, if you do the polygonal lasso tool.
Okay.
Now just click somewhere. And the next point you click, it's going to mark the nodes, and then you just complete the loop.
Okay, so then I've selected that, and then how do I erase it then?
Once you've selected it, just hit delete, and that will delete everything that's in it.
Okay. Okay. Didn't. Trying to undo what I just did.
Go to edit. Is it not letting you undo it? Yeah, step backward is.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to do continuous undos, Photoshop change.
Okay. Then brushing up on the edges now, or?
Right. So, let me just things here. The hardest part is going to be the trees. Basically, you just want to get as close to the horizon and objects as you can. Like, I don't have to go really super close because nobody's going to be looking at it, that close.
Yeah.
So, like when you have these areas where the horizon's really far in the distance, I would just leave. I wouldn't mess with those at all. These trees here, when they have leaves on them, will probably look all right. For now, honestly, I'm just going to erase them. But yeah, the general steps, these are all in the notes. You resize, use the magic wand to get rid of huge sections of the sky.
Mm-hmm.
The lasso tool can help. If you have a lot of spotty areas in a big open area, that can help. And then the eraser. Eraser can help for little spots, especially if they're kind of near other objects. It can also help the trees that are far in the distance. And dealing with the trees is in the notes. But by and large, it's the clone tool that you'll be using. So you're not going to try and erase all the little gaps. You'll just the clone stamp tool, which S is what it is. There is one of the shapes that you can use is actually a leaf.
Where do you find the shape?
I think it's probably that right there.
This guy? Okay.
Yeah, and then you would just have the appropriate size, which that is way too big.
So clone, pick that guy, but then I don't see the thing pop up.
Hold Alt.
Alt?
Yeah, whatever Alt is.
Yeah, okay.
And then you should get like a little target symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you click is where it's going to be cloning from. So I clicked right there. So now wherever I start pasting, it's going to attach wherever I click with that target spot.
Okay.
And then it's going to follow along. So I could duplicate that whole building there
Okay.
if I want. But generally what you'll be doing is you'll clone some leaves over here, grab some leaves from over there, grab some leaves from down there, and kind of fill it in a little bit like patchwork so it's not a solid... A, it's not a solid same color, but B, it's not like you're not going to duplicate the same branch over and over again. So let me see if I have one that I can kind of show you.
Yeah, I think I get what you're.
This one has some shape. Yeah, like in here.
We're gonna have a very brick tree.
So like in here, I would take it, some from down in here and fill it in. Then I would do some from over there, some from over there, and just scatter around enough so that it looks, decently natural.
Tell you what looks natural: tree, building a tree.
So. And then once you've, and sometimes I'll tear down large sections of the tree if there are like really big gaps, and then I'll just kind of fill in and build that back up. So it's roughly the same shape, but it's all solid leaves. And then the final thing that I'll do is just kind of zoom in, look around the edges of where I did it, and anywhere that there's a leaf like just floating out in space, just use the eraser and clip that out. So that way there's nothing, completely separate from the tree. All the leaves are...
Okay.
And, once you've done that, zoom back out and, the tree should look pretty damn good. Especially, once you put it on the dome.
Yeah. Trio bricks.
Trio bricks. That's perfect.
All right.
Okay. Now you want to save that as PNG, so it saves the transparency.
Save as PNG. That's what it was. So,
and maybe get rid of copy.
Okay. So we'll play.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, you're not gonna.
Any?
Yeah, default values are fine.
Okay.
And then a flash drive to put it on.
So now I'm putting the PNG on the flash drive.